Hey guys, it's Ox here and welcome back to my channel. I'm back with yet another keyboard review and it's another HE keyboard. Now, we can definitely say we are now in the era of HE or gaming keyboards and we have another budget one. Today, let's all take a look and listen at the new Magger 68 by LumenKey. A quick disclaimer that the board was sent by LumenKey for a review, but I wasn't paid to make the video, and of course I'll give you guys my honest and unbiased opinion about the board. You can check out my affiliate link down below if you want to help out the channel if you are keen on getting the Magger 68. First, what is the Magger 68? So this is LumenKey's take on an HE or Hall Effect keyboard, and the price starts only at $119. Tax and shipping is not included, which is really there on a budget price when it comes to an HE keyboard. So this is a full aluminum pre-built HE keyboard, and now with the Magger 68, you can actually switch or set and determine the actuation point that you want on your switches, meaning to say that you can adjust the actuation point from 0.1mm up to 3.5mm. So this will allow you to find the ideal key travel that suits you best when gaming. Now let's go ahead and quickly unbox. So it comes in with this very sleek box, and opening it up, it's very straightforward. We have the accessories here. So we have one extra switch, a switch and keycap puller, and of course the usual unincluded USB cable. We also have the configuration manual, and I highly suggest checking this one out if it's your first HE keyboard, as this is very helpful for your frequently asked questions. Now, let's go ahead and take a closer look at the Magger 68. They sent us the standard version, while there is a pro version. The only difference would be the looks or the aesthetics, so don't worry about that. Now, we have here the black variant, and there's two other options for the color, E-white and an anodized champagne gold. So this black one has an anodized finish, and let me tell you, the quality on these are good. It's so good for $119. If you watch my other keyboard reviews or my keyboard reviews in general, I often critique vendors on how good their finishing would be on a keyboard, and this is by far the best one I've seen so far this year. So for its price point, as per LumenKey, the process that they did here reached about 220 mesh to ensure a refined touch and excellent protection with a long-term use, and it's very smooth to the touch, and I am hoping that LumenKey will use this process on their next keyboard projects. Now for the design or the looks of the Magger 68, it's very simple. It has that good old wedge design to it. Nothing special on the sides as well, and they also kept it simple at the back. They rocking the Engrave HE and the LumenKey lettering. Now for the pre-built options, they have collaborated with Aloha KB. I think they are a switch manufacturer, keycap manufacturer rather, and they said that the keycaps that they used here is a high quality PBT, and actually the legends are crisp and it's thick. Though I wouldn't say it's one of the best I've seen so far, but I also like the transparent escape and arrow keys. It's a nice touch and really adds some character to a simple looking board. Now for the stock magnetic switches, as per LumenKey, they're also using an exclusive Gateron custom dual track magnetic pro switches that ensures the sensitivity and stability of performance and higher trigger for accuracy and for that faster response time. Now, for this one, LumenKey has their own software for the board, and let me tell you how in-depth and it's very customizable for this board. So typically, we have the basic remapping, and next is the performance mode, where you can have presets or profile to set on each games you play. For example, you want the actuation faster on the WASD, you can do that while separating the other keys, and you can set it if you will be using that profile on a specific game, so you have your own presets per game, which is very impressive in my opinion. Next is the advanced settings. This is where you can set a specific key toggle like the DKS, MT, and TJL options. Macro settings are also here, and for the RGB, you can actually set each keys their own lighting, so depending on your style. And lastly, the configuration of the main software, it also tells you if you need to update the software. I'm really impressed on how detailed this software is. So now that you have all the things that you need to know about the features on the Magger 68, let's now hear what they sound like. Again, keep in mind this is an HE board and it's using a magnetic switch, so I haven't done any mods on the board, so you will be hearing all of it on stock. I'll have a side-by-side on two different HE boards, so please do enjoy the sound test on the new Magger 68. And that was the sound test on the Magger 68. Let me know what you think about them on the comment section down below. Let's have some quick discussions, and now let's talk about my full thoughts and opinion about the board. So first up, of course, the HE feature where you can set the actuation or the input speed when using it. I can say 100% that it works for what it is. I have noticed a quite significant change on the reaction time on the key press or input speed when actuating and when moving on games. It's paired with Elgato Ram Magnetic Pro switches, and I can really feel the stability on each key press. I can say that the HE, it really works, especially on the small movements in game that you could be a make or break or clutch situations, especially on FPS and competitive games. On a normal keyboard, there are times that you actuate and there's some slight delay when pressing the keys. So same as when you top out, it can still generate a movement when letting go on a certain key, and this is where the Magger 68 comes into play, ensuring that every key press and topping out is accurate whenever you are gaming. Now moving on to my thoughts on the feel of the switches on the board, it was also surprising to me, and honestly this actually has more feel and give to it, and I felt like I was using a normal switches, and I can see myself using this kind of on a daily, even outside of gaming. Typing feel wise, it still has that stiffness of HE keyboard, but it's given since you'd only use some keys while playing. It's not that you would be using this on a daily, but it's nice to see if we can get other options in the plate and maybe mounting point structure in the future. Now same thoughts on the sound, you can hear the stiffness to it, but again it's clearly made for gaming, so you can't really expect much on the sound. Overall, for its price, $119, this might be the best HE pre-built that you can get, or I've tried for what it's worth. From the software on how in-depth and you can go customizing the profiles, the RGB and the other features, and from the build quality, again the finishing on these are one of the best ones that I've seen on a budget keyboard. The keycaps are very decent. Again, the transparent accent piece was a nice thought to the overall theme of the board. I would say the HE boards would have a slight advantage when you are gaming, although of course we need to consider it would require aim and other game sense, but having that feature when you can adjust the actuation or the input of your switch, I would take that any day, and I can say that HE boards, you can't go wrong with them, and you can get your money's worth if you are really into gaming and care most about the HE features. And that is it for the video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed the review on the Magger 68, and I really hope you find this helpful. If you do, please don't forget to leave a like. You can share the video if you want, and of course you can subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys on the next review. Peace.